Stop visualizing your success. Seriously, stop imagining standing on the podium, holding the money, or fitting into the jeans. Psychological research from NYU shows that when you fantasize about the result, your brain releases a premature hit of dopamine. It tricks your nervous system into thinking you've already achieved the goal. Your blood pressure drops, your heart rate slows, and you actually lose the biological drive to do the work. You are soothing yourself into failure. Today, we aren't talking about motivation. Motivation is a feeling. It's unreliable. We are talking about neuroplasticity. Here is how to mechanically retrain your brain to hit targets. First, you need to understand the hardware. Your brain processes roughly 11 million bits of information per second, but your conscious mind can only handle about 40 to 50. If you tried to process everything, you'd have a seizure. So your brain has a filter called the Reticular Activating System, RAS. It's the bouncer of your brain. It only lets in data that is relevant to your survival or your current focus. The fact? This is the red car effect. You buy a red car, and suddenly you see red cars everywhere. They were always there. Your RAS just ignored them before. The fix? Most people don't have a capability problem, they have a filtering problem. To train the RAS, you don't need affirmations, you need specificity. The brain cannot hunt for success or fitness. Those are abstract concepts. The RAS needs coordinates. Instead of, "I want to get rich," the command must be, "I am looking for opportunities to sell this specific skill to this specific demographic." Once you set the coordinates, the RAS moves from passive filtering to active hunting. But here is the catch. Even if your RAS is locked on, there is a specific biological valley of death where 90% of people quit. It happens right in the middle, and it's caused by a calculation your brain is making without your permission. It's called reward prediction error. When you start a new goal, dopamine is high because of novelty. When you finish, dopamine is high because of the reward. But in the middle? That's the middle problem. The novelty has worn off, but the reward is too far away. Your brain calculates the effort to reward ratio, realizes the payout is delayed, and cuts the fuel line. This feels like loss of motivation, but it's actually a dopamine deficit. The fact? Stanford neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Huberman highlights that you can manually override this by attaching dopamine to the friction, not the outcome. The fix? You have to subjectively reward the strain. When you're in the middle of the grind and it feels terrible, you must tell yourself, this pain is the signal that neural rewiring is happening. By cognitively associating the strain with progress, you blunt the limbic friction. You stop waiting for the finish line to feel good, which keeps the fuel line open during the boring middle. So, we've hacked the filter and the fuel, but there is one final tool. It's a visualization technique used by elite athletes, but it is the exact opposite of what self-help gurus tell you to do. Remember the intro, visualizing success makes you lazy. To actually reach a goal, you need to visualize the disaster. This is called mental contrasting or implementation intentions. The fact? Research indicates that visualizing the obstacles you will face increases systolic blood pressure. That means it physically prepares your body for action. The fix? Use the if-then syntax. Don't say, "I will eat healthy." Say, "If it is 8 p.m. and I crave sugar, then I will drink a glass of sparkling water." You are preloading the decision. When the moment of stress comes, your prefrontal cortex, the logical part of your brain, is usually too tired to fight. By using if-then, you hand the behavior over to the basal ganglia, the habit part of the brain. You automate the discipline. Here's the summary. Program the RAS. Be hyper-specific so your brain knows what to filter in. Reward the friction. Dopamine spike the effort, not just the result. Visualize the obstacle. Use if-then planning to automate your response to failure. Your brain is a machine. Stop hoping it works and start operating the manual. Subscribe to our channel to be part of our community and aim for success together. See you in the next one.